All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video here on Point Three Podcast. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not, make sure you are subscribed to us down below. We are your favorite trio of hosts. To my right, Lou, down below, Shadow Brando, and myself, Hero Scroll, coming at you talking about that Thunderbolts Super Bowl trailer. The game was trash, but this trailer most definitely was not. Gents, we went on record hating this movie, burying it. Rightfully so, I think, before we found out as much as we know now. But seeing that trailer yesterday, how do you guys feel about the movie today?
I gotta defer, Spider Brando. I gotta let you take this one because you had some good thoughts.
It's at like a 8 out of 10 hype level for me. I'm excited for it. I've always been a little excited for it because Yelena's in it. But after seeing that trailer and the last trailer, I'm sold. After seeing this trailer, I'm sold. Sentry and the Void. Just reading that 7-issue run I read of Sentry a couple months ago is all I need to see this trailer and think positive thoughts about it. So hopefully they can really pull it off and do like a good story and put Sentry on the map and put the Void on the map. And Lewis Pullman, hearing his voice, I'm officially sold. Officially sold.
Yeah. I mean, I think we can all go back and say like the progression of the start. Shout out CinemaCon. We were just like, this is goofy. Like the font was goofy. The asterisk was like unknown. Feige's like, wait and see. And we're like, we waited. We didn't see. And then you go through like the rumors of the team name and like the origins of the soccer team, like everything that was surrounding it, like kind of in like leak and spoiler culture just didn't really appeal too much. And even when we got the cast reveal, you're just like, huh. All right, so we have a bunch of super soldiers. Got it. Cool. Where's this gonna go? No tie-ins, no movie things. Like it was the bar was pretty low from like a preliminary perspective. However, I have to say, of all the movies we've gotten recently, excluding Fantastic Four, for me personally here, Lou at the Point 3 podcast, I'm going on record saying this is by far one of the most intriguing pre-trailer to teaser trailers that we've had for Marvel Project, I think in probably the last 5 years, half decade, in my opinion. From the characters, the themes, the aspects, the kind of the misfits that are coming back together to look and find purpose. Are they sent on a mission? Does Val want to kill him? Is it a test for Sentry and the Void? And then we get this trailer where we do see the Void, and this man is shadow flattening people. And I'm like, oh dang. And you can call it kind of like tying this in kind of post Fantastic Four, which we got like a week ago at the time of recording this. But like, it feels spooky Endgame-ish vibes of like, oh my gosh, how is that team going to defeat this villain? And then tie that in with all the work that we did with the Sentry readings of like, I fell in love with Sentry by far. Fell in love with Sentry. I just think that this checked a lot of boxes, but and here I'll throw it over to you. I think the boxes that they checked were more for the people who are looking for boxes to be checked versus it checking general boxes for the greater MCU regular and casual fans.
Oh, for sure.
I have one thing to say about that. There's a lot of non like hardcore MCU fans that are excited for this movie. It's been spreading around the buzz feeds, and I love it.
Bro,
I don't know why I said BuzzFeed, but spreading around the web. I can't talk right now.
Give me your algorithm, because my algorithm is very con Thunderbolts, pro Fantastic Four, pro Cap 4, and just like, what's John Walker gonna do? Bucky's washed. Yelena never had any powers, and she's a villain. Nobody wants to see Val, and I'm like, dang, y'all, did we watch the same trailer? Because I definitely looked away from the game to watch this about 4 more times. Interesting.
I was listening up to my phone like this to try to get every detail.
Yeah, no, I listen. As soon as I saw that the Super Bowl like teaser into the actual trailer, I went straight to my phone to watch it. But yeah, no, I agree. I think the people that
I
were
think the Chiefs did that too.
yeah, I think the people that were excited for this are more excited about it now, and that truly wanted to give it a shot and gave it a fair chance. And then there's people like us, I think, that, like we already said, kind of skeptical about it and have now been won over. I do think there's always going to be the side of people that are going to hate on it no matter what. You can't do any good by them, and that's kind of whatever on that case. But I also say that if you're someone who's kind of like watching the trailer and seeing people be won over and not really understanding, we made a video talking about why, if reading the comics adds anything, and I think this definitely does. So I think all three, on behalf of all three of us, highly suggest read up on Sentry, read up on Thunderbolts, because this enhances that very, very much. And you'll see, I think, why this trailer went the route of intentionally showing more Sentry slash the Void. You might hear us say this and you might think, I don't understand what that is. And you're not going to. And we're not going to tell you for the sake of spoilers, but definitely go check it out and you'll understand the inspiration. And you'll see why it's a lot more interesting, because Sentry is a character that, if you've read him in the MCU that we know it right now, should not work. It should not work. Yet here we are getting this character in what seems like a very faithful adaptation of the character. And that's exciting. Pair that with, you're getting characters that, yes, no one has cared about in the MCU as much, but you are getting some that you do care about. And that's interesting.
Let me ask you this real quick to this point, because I do overall think that these are a lot of characters who we don't care about. But if you, and Spider-Man, you can keep me honest on this one, because I know you just went back through our stuff. Like, these aren't characters that aren't interesting, though. Maybe Red Guardian is one that I would put in that bucket of, like, I really don't care to see too much of Red Guardian, and I don't know what his purpose is here. Ghost is cool. Taskmaster is cool. John Walker was very interesting in Falcon and Winter Soldier. Bucky is armed and dangerous. Yelena is a favorite character for so many people across the MCU, period. So I still find it, from an individual movie standpoint, it's not a terrible group. It really isn't a terrible group. The issue is like, what are they going to do for the greater MCU, in my mind, which is applicable to every MCU project that they put out, period.
Wow. I know they say that the whole team is going to survive into Doomsday or whatever, but I'm not buying it. They barely even showed Taskmaster after a certain point in the trailer, and it's like, I think she's gone. So we'll see on like how many people stay alive, and stories like could be fleshed out from here. But I think it's gonna tie up, and not tie up, but it's just nice to kind of see some closure on these characters, or just to see them get another story, because they've just been sitting dormant for years and years. And we always complain about the MCU wanting to, like, or always having all these loose ends. So at least they're kind of attempting to do something in that regard. Red Guardian has a lot of fans just because David Harbour and Stranger Things, and
True.
Yelena and Yelena and Black Widow's dad. So that's just family ties right there. Everybody loves being armed and dangerous. And Taskmaster had a lot of hate, I guess, but a lot of them had their niche of fans when these movies were coming out. So it's just like John Walker too. A lot of people were interested by his Captain America at the time. So it's just kind of cool to see where they could stem from this, and how, like you said earlier, seeing them bond together as a team, or just deal with all their differences together and go through like the heroic route.
Yeah. I would say also one quick thing before we go is, Lou, you mentioned kind of more the MCU aspect and it tying in. I think this ties in well, especially with the Val tie-in, right? They've been bringing that up for a while now, and it seems like this is kind of showing what she's been up to more of. So you get that, but also I think the MCU currently right now is at its best that it has been since probably like 2020 before the pandemic, to be quite honest, in part due to Deadpool and Wolverine in the last year that it had. And that's because it hasn't been focusing on the greater MCU. It's been very self-contained, and I think people enjoy that. People like that because that's what they want to see. They want to see these not emotion. They want to see this emotional storytelling, and that's what you are getting in a lot of the projects that have been coming out. This seemingly being another one, Cat kind of being its own self-contained thing too. Fantastic Four probably going to be that as well. So I would say that if you are someone who is looking at this and trying to find every minute detail, trying to be like, well, where are the superheroes in New York? Ultimately, it really doesn't matter.
What's Daredevil doing during all this void stuff?
Yeah, ultimately, it doesn't matter. So, just watch it for the story that you are getting then. And I think that's kind of a bigger problem of the MCU, and that can be a conversation for another video. But yeah, I just think if you go in with those lenses, you'll enjoy it a lot more.
And please, for those of you watching, at this point right now, stop making the Suicide Squad comparisons. Although the Thunderbolts are Suicide Squad version of, that's Marvel's. Watch the trailer. I mean, literally, it's different. The team is different. Some of the characters are different. Their motivations are different. Their origins and things they've done in the MCU, like, they have been MCUified. It is a separate thing. I just think that there are a couple nitpicky things, and I just don't really wholly think, are applicable to this, what I, will say is a fantastic trailer. I thought it was really good. I thought it was really, really good.
Yeah, agreed. But in the comments, let us know what you thought of the trailer, the Thunderbolts Super Bowl trailer. It's got that asterisk has got me so, jumbled up. But let us know what you thought about it. What does it mean? We don't know. We'll figure it out eventually.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know what you thought about it. Make sure you join us on our Discord. We always love to hear from you there. They eat first. We talk about all this stuff in there as it happens. So make sure you join us. But everybody, we have been your favorite trio of hosts signing off. And before we do, always remember there are 3 very important things you need to keep doing. You need to keep watching. You need to keep reading. And you need to keep nerding out. Everybody, we will catch you in the next video.